Yes, people. So we're going to talk about UK under-20s football and how it is time for some of you who are probably playing under 18s at Pro Academy, especially if you're looking at the Cat 1, Cat 2, and is it the right option for you to potentially go overseas if the avenues for you to go there to develop. And you can look at many players that I believe that would have probably left to go overseas if it hadn't been for the EU. I believe we would have had a lot of players gone and followed. Drew Bellingham's development, where he was playing, yes, he's playing first team for Birmingham City at a young age, and he needed to go to the next stage of his career where he can develop, which was one of the best clubs. Boris Dortmund has had a track record of developing fantastic players. Their system and how they develop players is just amazing. They are literally a great breeding club in Germany, amongst other clubs in Europe as well. So it's for you to realize, okay, I need to go overseas to develop my game, not just to get first team football, but to develop a career where I can have a long lasting projection. And so with the dangling carrot of sometimes being exposed to lower league first team football, there's also the thought or the understanding to recognize, am I going to develop in all sides of my game as a professional footballer at this age, or am I just going to get minutes and to be able to be capped at this level? Am I going to be under a Pep who's going to show me game in a different light, like I spoke in my previous video, what Declan Rice spoken about? I'm not telling you to go overseas and go to Saudi like what Gabby did at his young age, in which you saw Tony Kroos even say embarrassing. I feel personally, for me, that was a wrong move. He shouldn't have gone there. But let's move on. Everyone talking about Saudi money, etc. But there has to be the level of development. That's why I was happy Mbappe didn't go over there. He should have, and which he has done, stayed and looked to try and see what happened to him in the near future. Now, you can see here that Tudor, fantastic baller, has ended up signing with Anderlecht, rejected the deal that Chelsea tried to offer him this summer. And as you know, with Chelsea, they're just a club who basically kills young players. We see what happened to Amari, who left Arsenal and went over to Chelsea to find himself to now be on loan. Those sort of players, and a player of his ability, for me, should have either done two things: either stayed at Arsenal, or second one, go overseas. Because the type of game that he plays and the type of way that he plays, he needed to get developed and needed to be under a certain type of conditions, which I don't think UK can cater to him. But again, I'm not in his ears. There's many people who are, and I feel that he was poorly advised in this move. But let's move on. But you see, with Tudor, however, he took the right decision in going to an Anderlecht who has a great coaching staff, a great facility of developing players. The Belgian league has and is uprising with so much talent, who has come from Belgium and leaving them. And I believe that he's going to do well going over there. Like we've seen many players who have left big academies such as Arsenal, Chelsea and Tottenham and gone overseas. I believe that he'll be one other that will be the same. We never know. He may come back over in the Premier League at the age of 21, 22. But for the next season, there's a gap between ages of 18 to about 22, 21, where you need to be playing first team football under a very, very good coach who can teach you the game. It's not just a case of just you playing under 21 football and playing first team football at League 2 or Conference. It's whether am I going to develop? Because at the end of the day, most UK managers at that level will only get you to develop you to play that season, but they cannot take you beyond. So for example, what they can instill in you will probably be enough for you to last probably a year or two. But when you're under a Pep or a German manager or those European managers, they put stuff in players that I've seen that can last for 5+ years. Especially when they get them at the ages of 18 to 21. You see them having a long lasting career. And obviously younger, if they can get them younger, you can see long, look at, for example, Lewis, brilliant player. And I know, for example, he's going to be a major player for Man City. So let me know what you think about this champion. For me, he's a big player. And yeah, just to let you know that you need to be making these key decisions. And I'll do another video explaining what you should do if you're 21 and you're playing some professional football as an update.